Yep. 3, 2. How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the full-time reaction show. I'm here with Helen. You know the result now and then. Helen, how are you feeling?
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Really happy with that performance, happy with 3 points, happy with 3 goals, happy 3 wins on the row, all in threes today.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it feels so, it is very different to the start of last season, and it feels so different to the start of many seasons we've had in the past 10.
We're playing good football, the whole team. We're not kind of just talking about one player, 2 players. You know, for many seasons we've had standout players, but not a standout team.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right now, I'm seeing a really good team, and that's why I think we're feeling the way we're feeling.
It's a good point,
you know,
because Robbie in my fan cam, you know, mentioned the candidates for man of the match, and Sky gave it to Jesus in the studio. We all gave it to different players. Yeah, Odegaard, 2 goals. Saliba.
I'd be going with Saliba personally.
I agree with you there.
Based on many reasons, but just because of last week and then him coming out today, again, a fantastic performance, and what a finish.
Banger.
What a goal.
Which goal was better, his goal today or Jesus last week? Oh. It's a tough one. I'll give it to Saliba.
I'd give it to Saliba because it was quality, that finish. And you expect him to maybe score with his head as a defender, his first goal, but to score a goal like that,
banger,
after these performances he's putting in, week week out. I know we're going to say we're getting excited, it's only a few games, but every time I've seen him play Turkish, whether it's been a friendly or a competitive game, he's looked very, very good, very solid. Part
of football is the roller coaster of emotions, though. You know, being excited is part of, you know, being a football fan.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people like to throw out the term flip-flops, but you could only, when you love a football club and you're so invested week in, week out to that football club, your emotions kind of fall in line with how that football club are doing at that moment in time. And when you're winning, it's happy days.
Yeah. And it's the way they make you feel when you're winning, though. There is a difference for me, because you can just win, you know, like boring. Yeah. Okay, trophies matter, winning, but the way you win, when you're playing that football, we were loved for the way we played football just as much as, you know, like going invincible and the trophies. It was that feeling watching that team play.
Yeah, I mean, you know, under Unai Emery, we had in his first season that run of 19, 20 games unbeaten, and it was at the time it was a great run considering the personnel he had to deal with and the remains of the Wenger squad he had.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean in terms of the way we're winning games now. It feels very different. It's been a very long time.
It's been a long time
that we've felt this way alongside winning games.
Yeah, you take a win. Listen, I take a 1-0 win. I take any kind of win.
Yeah, of course.
100%. But to have witnessed fantastic football and to be seeing, I'm feeling that, I'm seeing that again, and it's lovely.
It's hard to put a word on it.
Yeah,
it is, because it's only 3 games, and and we've seen things go pear-shaped before. But listen, like I said, this is the first time we won 3 Premier League games to open the season for near enough 20 years.
It's a long time.
Coming up to 20 years. So, you know, pardon us for being slightly excited.
No, we can be excited. We're allowed to be excited. You know, we're critical. We can also be happy, and, you know.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong.
Praise, pile on the praise, because they're playing very well, the team are.
They are. And don't get me wrong, you know, this season I don't expect a title challenge. I just expect top 4 being the necessary step to take us into potential title challenges and Champions League football and so on.
Let's also not, let's keep our sights high. If you keep winning all your games, why are we going to accept only top 4?
Expectation and standards rise.
Challenge.
Yeah. Abdullah here with a super chat says, road to 15 out of 15 points continues. That should be the first big objective. Finish the month with 1 more signing and go to United top of the table. #statement. And that's exactly what will happen. We're top of the table right now. Obviously, Man City, the only other side to win their first 2 games out of 2.
They've still got to play, though. They haven't played today.
Yeah, they play tomorrow, I believe, against Newcastle away.
And that won't be easy.
No, it won't be. It won't be. But Man City do tend to make it look easy at times. So, you know, it is what it is. But listen, it's 3 games in. It's very different to last season, Helen.
Yeah, no, it is. And I'm not going to get too carried away. We need to give respect to who we've played, but we haven't had a difficult start. You know, we had a much...
Someone in the office reminded me about that. It wasn't Chelsea and City in the first three.
You know, we need to keep it in retrospect.
Yeah.
You know? However, though, you give respect to every opponent, so you can only beat who you're playing. And we're beating them. And long may that continue.
Yeah, I mean, look, the first result against Palace, 2-0 away win.
That was an easy place to go.
You see Palace go to Anfield and get a point.
Yeah.
And then you saw what they did today against Aston Villa, a decent Villa side, questionable manager, but...
Yeah, I think that's our good argument, because Crystal Palace, for me right now, are a very, very good side.
Yeah.
Whereas with Bournemouth, no disrespect to them, but they've just come up. You know, you've got to look at it for what it is. So, and they did well. They did well second half. They came out and they gave a much better account of themselves. Credit to them, because I was hoping we were going to come out and score another 3.
We all did.
So, you know, they did well.
But I think I've seen enough from Bournemouth to know they're going to be near enough the bottom half of the second half of the table. But I can also see them picking out big wins here and there throughout. They started the season
style, don't they? That reminds me of a certain team. With that long throw. They started
the season with a 2-0 win against Villa, and that's a very good win for them. You know, a lot of people had high expectations of Villa this season, but Bournemouth kind of quelled that fire early on. And you know,
so again, that shows tribute to our team today.
For
going there,
getting the job done.
And getting the job done. Clean sheet as well.
You said your man of the match was Saliba, right? Yeah.
For me.
Any other candidates there?
Odegaard, obviously.
I think he deserves a mention. That's the name I wanted to hear.
100%. No, he played phenomenal. Obviously, seeing him as our captain, getting 2 goals, sets a beautiful tone for him as captain now. But obviously, I went for Saliba purely for other reasons. But I do think he was brilliant today.
For me, it was him or Saliba, definitely.
Yeah, they were my 2. But I think Zinchenko did really well, and so did Benjamin, did really well. Like, there was a lot of players. Jesus, who got it as well. So straight away, we've mentioned 5 players.
Hard to pick.
Yeah, and Xhaka. Xhaka had a very, very good game. Again, very good game.
Yeah.
Do you not agree?
No, he did. I wouldn't say very, but I'll say good.
Okay.
I'll say good, but you know, I'm harder to please, so it's especially with Granit.
I think Granit's done really well, and I just feel like when players are given a bit of love, and you know, you see good things happening. Like I had the privilege of having volume in the first half, unlike you.
Yeah.
So for me, watching the way our fans were giving that love to the players, and at one point for like 10 minutes it felt like a very, very long time, all I could hear was the Saliba song. And they started off singing one song, but then they made a new song halfway through. And it was going on, and then he come out second half and scored that goal. All right, maybe he would have scored if they never chanted for him like that, but I think it really helps the fans, and the love.
When he scored the own goal, I believe the fans at the Emirates did something similar.
Yeah, they did. And because I feel like us as a fan base are showing so much love to our players right now, because they're earning it. You know, they not saying that they deserve not to be shown love, absolutely not. But like right now, I just think you're seeing that confidence, and they want to play, and they're enjoying playing.
Yeah, because I think that's the best thing Arteta's done since he's come here. When you look at our squad over the past 2-3 years, there's been a lot of players at times that have reminded us of past mistakes, past failures. They've been part of squads that have let us down. I think, you know, in the 2 summer transfer windows we've had, pretty much the majority of them, if not coming up to all, if we get rid of a few
if he has his way, it'll be done.
And that adds to the new optimism, that adds to the new belief and the newfound love with players, because the problem with the old personnel, and I just say old personnel, old players, is it just felt like standards were in the gutter. There was no accountability and
complacency as well at times, wasn't there?
There was just no, the connection faded. The connection faded, and we all saw this, you know, the division in the fan base. We all saw the results on the pitch. It was a terrible time for the club. Going into this season, like I said, Mikel in the last 2 summer transfer windows has changed that around. He's brought in players that we can get behind. He's brought in He's given us a squad that we're confident in achieving top 4, because that is the target for this season. It's not the target is not title challenge, even though we'll welcome that 100%. If we're in and around the top 2 come January, bring it on. But the target is top 4 minimum.
Yeah, definitely.
Alongside a cup, hopefully. But getting back into Champions League football, not necessarily to be in the Champions League, but to get that money and build on what we need to do to be in the Champions League and win it.
The next steps? If last season we saw clearly from Vinay's comments in the All or Nothing was he was quite happy to just kind of get Europa. Let's be honest, that's what he said.
Yeah, he said it.
He said it on camera.
Successful.
So, so if that was, then that's definitely not going to be the same target this year. So it's realistic to say a cup, top 4 standard.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah,
I'd say
I mean, and we know Mikel was not just accepting anything but Champions League ideally. So that is the target, I would say.
Has to be. I see a few comments about Saka having a quiet game. What do you make of Saka's start to the season? A few people saying quiet. I'll give my thoughts first, and I'll say, listen, the first 3 games of the season, Martinelli and Jesus have tended to be the shining lights in our attack, and it's not often you have teams, even if you look at Man City or Liverpool, where all 3 of the front 3 have had an amazing game. You know, so more often than not, it's 2 of the 3 or even 1 of the 3 that stand out.
Yeah.
So Saka quietly going under the radar, doing his job. It doesn't really worry me. Are you worried?
Not at all. Absolutely not. Because you look at different qualities that he brings. Like he's still drawing 3 players to him every time he's got the ball. So
he's still a big threat.
I'm not worried.
Big threat. I think we've got some clips ready, people. Continue sending in your clips to the phone number provided, and let's get into some of them now.
Of course, Ødegaard is man of the match. He hasn't scored 2 goals in a match since he was 15 when he played at Strømsgodset. So Ødegaard, man of the match, for sure. Go, Gunners.
Man, with that Saliba's goal. Oh my God. All right, cool. Jones Peters from Houston, Texas. Y'all, that was amazing. Big. What a day to be an Arsenal fan. I love the game. 2 things I kind of want to point out. First, that Arteta's tactics was very confusing today. I don't even understand it. But I don't care. We won the game. We dominated pass to pass. Arsenal became a physical team today. That's crazy. And I'm not even ready for that. But yeah, great team. Great play from Arsenal.
Arsenal 3 goals to the good. Was a very good game to watch. Controlled the game from the beginning to the end. You have to say Bournemouth was a pretty poor opponent. They didn't offer much, especially in the first half. But they came out well. They came out in the second half. But I like how we took the pressure and just gave them the sucker punch. We had a couple of opportunities. It's nice to see that we're scoring more goals, and nice to see chances created in this team is actually going high. So I'm liking this. Looking forward to the next few games. Let's go.
What's up, AFTV worldwide? Very happy with that result, man. Very happy, I must say. It's about 4:30 in the morning over here in Australia. Just about to go to bed. I wish Gabriel got that goal. That would have been amazing. Otherwise, very happy with our start. Top of the table. 3 wins. Come on, you Gunners. Big up AFTV. Let's go, boys.
Let's go, Gunners. 3-0 versus Bournemouth. Played fantastic. Shout out to William Saliba. What a finish. Ødegaard too. The game was dusted in, 11 minutes. Honestly, top of the league, unbeaten. All I'm saying is invincible season 2. Big up Turkish, big up Robbie. Yeah, have a good one, guys. Up the Gunners.
Hey AFTV, Michael in Boston. Incredible game. My man of the match is actually Gabriel Jesus, because he makes chances as well as finishing them. I am amazed, methinks, and lose my way among the thorns and dangers of this world. How easy thou dost take all England up. We are top of the league. Come on, you Gunners.
Thank you for all the video reactions sent in so far. We'll be going through more of them as we go through the show, people. But love for the love, man. Appreciate it. I see some people out there 4 a.m. in Australia at this moment in time, tired as hell, but they're still committed to the cause, working a few hours. It's all mad. The support worldwide is mad. But that's the size of the football club, hence why the standards need to be high. Yep. Someone mentioned being top of the table, Helen. It's very soon to be talking about that.
I would not be getting excited about being at the top of the table 3 games in. Long season.
Equally 3 games in last season, Tottenham were top of the table.
Exactly.
So.
But it is what it is. Listen, keep winning our games, like I say, and we'll be sitting where we need to be sitting.
Yeah, and you look at our next 2 games, Helen. 2 home games, Emirates Stadium, newfound atmosphere, Fulham next week, Aston Villa the week after, I believe, before Old Trafford. Would you expect out of those 2 games? Similar type performances and results?
Definitely,
Yeah, Fulham, I mean, today...
I'm that girl. Every time when we win, I expect to win.
Same again.
Give me more.
We saw Vieira on the bench today. We didn't get to see him come on.
Yeah, I think he's waiting to give him his home debut.
That's what I said as well. Probably best
think.
situation. Maybe be a couple goals up and then bring him on.
Yeah.
Give him a standing ovation, maybe.
Definitely,
Give him some life.
It's the way you want to introduce a player at home, generally. We didn't need to bring him on.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And with Tomiyasu, obviously, back in contention, Tierney back in contention. We stuck with the same lineup all season so far. Do we go again next week, same lineup?
I feel like Mikel will.
Yeah. Keep it ticking.
My understanding of him is he'll keep a winning team. He won't change it unless he's made to change.
And that's something.
He won't just change for
that's something I agree with.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I think keep the momentum going. We've just got to keep, the players at the end of the day, you're going to pick your best team. If they're winning, don't change it. Game management. They can all get minutes, bring them all in at the right time, win your games, win your points. That's how a good team is going to be. I
agree. I mean, I'm a big fan of Tierney and Tomiyasu.
Yeah.
If you give me the choice for an ideal back 4, if all are fit, both Tierney and Tomiyasu
100.
make the back 4. But I also agree with what you're saying and the way you're looking at it.
For me right now, I'm very kind of dubious. I do not want Tierney or Tommy rushed back. Not saying they're going to be rushed back, but we don't need, like we've been in places in other seasons where
even if he's got one leg, we're like, play him. One leg, play him, he's ready.
So right now, we're in a good place. Let's just ease them back in. I know they're going to be hungry and they're competitive. They want to be playing. I get that. But as a manager, manage them sensibly. We don't need to rush them.
Since we're talking about fullbacks, we'll move on to Zinchenko. But Ben White, again, another good performance.
Very, very good, yeah.
He seems to be doing well in that.
Benjamin was brilliant today.
Yeah.
First half especially. His overlapping runs. He was putting balls into that box, crosses. Very good.
For that second goal in particular, the overlap was one thing, but getting his head up and finding the right ball is another.
And what a ball he put in.
Yeah, over the years, some of our wingers have been good at getting into positions, but that final ball end product lets them down. I know, listen, it's one of one with Ben White. He overlapped, he got the ball to Jesus, then Odegaard finishes it, but that's exactly what you want to be seeing.
That's what you want. That's exactly what you want. We've had, I remember several times we've sort of argued, why couldn't they put a cross in? So it's lovely. You just want to see the basics done well.
And on the other side, Zinchenko, another good performance from him.
And he was
into the midfield.
A bit more inverted. So they played different on both sides, I noticed today, which I thought worked and it was good.
At times, Zinchenko was like our deep line playmaker, allowing Partey to kind of join Xhaka in the attack, which seemed to be working well as well.
Yeah. And I can see a lot more of that as the season progresses and as Tierney does potentially kind of, take his place back in the team. I think Zinchenko will definitely still be featuring and he can play, like you say, he can play anywhere across that midfield, to be fair, in my opinion, especially on the left side of it. So...
Someone says Zinchenko man of the match for me, and Timur says Zini is better than KT Turkish. Wake up, everyone! Listen, it's a
great dilemma.
Yeah, exactly, I'll take it. I'm actually at this moment in time, I'm happy to see Zinchenko start left back. I'm happy to see Tierney start left back.
Yeah, definitely.
My preference is Kieran because I'd like to see Zinchenko deployed in a different position, but at the same time, he's deployed in that different position from left back.
Yeah, he can cover both. I mean, he did that today. We could see that. And I just think also, but then you give credit also to our defence in allowing that style because going back to Saliba and Gabriel, they were both so secure within that core of our team that you literally played with the two of them at the back in moments. So, and again, that's complimenting Thomas as well. Like, it's goes back to the manager, it goes back to the coaching, it goes back to the training ground. This wasn't just like no fluke performance today. They've been working hard on that training ground.
Someone did send a super chat in during Match Day Live, and they said you can tell that this team is being coached very well.
Yeah, you can. And even, what was it, the free kick, one of the free kicks, who was it, Odegaard? Was it Odegaard who took it? I can't remember. There was a ball that was played in
when Xhaka came back post.
Exactly.
Odegaard,
that was training ground. That wasn't just like, Xhaka popped up there. These are things they are working day in, day out to improve on. And now maybe it's taken like the 2 years of Mikel, like shouting and saying do this, and finally he's got the personnel that understand, maybe, or it's coming together nicely.
Listen, I've been critical of Arteta over the years, but at the same time, if I take a step back and take my emotion out of it for a sec,
differently,
it's been a very difficult job. Not only has he had to learn, because he's inexperienced, he's had to instill his methods into a squad where he's probably not happy with over 50% of them when he came into the club. Then as the new players are being fed in, he's got to give them that level of coaching and understanding of his philosophy. And it does seem like slowly but surely we've got to a place now. Look, we're smiling. You smile often, Helen. It's probably my smile that's a bit.
I'm a bit moany as well at times.
But I think they've seen your smile more than mine over the years. But even I'm, feeling rejuvenated, and that's not to say I'm.
Isn't it lovely though?
Yeah, I mean, this is when you're a fan of a football club. Like I said, there's no divine right to win. But it's give us hope. Give us belief, show ambition, and we move. In the windows, you do your job. During the season, the fans will do theirs, and the players will hopefully do theirs. That's how I see it.
No, I totally agree. And for me right now, we're there. We're not there ultimately at the end of the season, but for where we are right now, we can only take it for that. And right now, the fans are behind the team 100%, because I've been to a lot of our pre-season and
you can hear it on the TV as well.
We've had, and you're feeling it. Like the players are feeling it. Mikel's feeling it. Even the Cronkies are probably happy. And all we want is our club together, all one with the fans, everyone just winning and enjoying our football.
Headed in the right direction.
And hopefully, we can only go from where we are now and just keep going up.
Hopefully we do.
We're up there, or stay there.
Stay at the top. Let's just hope the only way is up from there. I think we've got some more clips to get into, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what you guys are saying worldwide.
Hello, AFTV, Obia from Drummondville, Canada. I'm buzzing because we have won, and we have won in style. Away at Bournemouth, place that it's not easy to win. We've done it. So congrats to the boys. It's so important to note that we can win games of football at this moment in time when Saka, Martinelli, or Jesus is not scoring. That's so impressive. Comparing with the last season when we were so much dependent on Saka. And so that's a very, very big positive. Another concern maybe is about our midfield. Of course, Partey is playing really well, but are we really confident that we can go into this season with all these games coming up with only Partey as our renowned holding midfielder? So if we can add somebody in that squad, I think we'll be good to go. Big up Gunners, this is Obi.
Come on, you Gunners. What a big turnaround from last year. From 3 defeats in a row, first 3 games, to 3 wins. It's a completely different Arsenal team. Going from last place to first place, what a transition. You can see the style of play that Mikel Arteta is trying to make the boys play, and it's finally working. William Saliba, what can I say? You heard the fans singing the entire game William Saliba's name, and his performance justifies that. Big up to the boys, big 3 points. On to the next one. What's up, guys? Javi from the US here. Very, very happy with this performance today. And that's exactly what I wanted. You know, it's not enough to just get a win at these grounds. You know, we have to have 60-70% possession. We have to score a lot of goals. That's what I think the standard should be for this year, because that's how, you know, the big teams perform. So very, very happy with today. Thomas Partey, I think, needs to go another level, though. You know, when you look at it really in every single game, he always tends to be one of the worst players on the pitch. Not that he plays bad, but I feel like everybody else is at another level. I expect more from him. And apart from that, guys, you know, with this team needs another midfielder and it needs another winger, because if we get that, then we really have quality and depth. And then I really do believe that we have the opportunity to not only get top four, but to push City and Liverpool to at least, you know, halfway through the season and getting some silverware as well. I would love nothing more than an UEFA Cup and an FA Cup, a Europa League and Champions League place. That should be the objective. Win the 3 trophies that we can win, get Champions League. But for that, we need a better squad. Midfielder and winger is a must.
I'm joined with Robbie. Robbie, what are you saying?
I'm good. I'm real good. That was a really enjoyable performance by Arsenal. You know, I went into the game, I felt very confident. Even before the game started, I felt very confident that we were going to go there and put on a show, that we were going to go there and win that game. And they delivered.
Yep.
They delivered. I was having a little chat with Kwame at the start of the game on the stream, and I was saying that I want to see an attitude change with this Arsenal team this year, in that when you go to a place like Bournemouth, you respect them, because if you don't respect any team in the Premier League, you'll get beat.
Caught out.
You're aware that you have to match their intensity. You have to match the fight that they're going to bring, because they will bring it, these teams. But you go there knowing that, you know what, we're Arsenal Football Club. We're a bigger club than you. We got better players than you. And we're coming to play our game, and you're going to have to cope with this.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we did. And I thought it was a brilliant performance today. That's the sort of performance that you normally see a team like a Man City or Liverpool go and put on when they're playing those sort of smaller teams. And it's no disrespect to Bournemouth. So we're moving in the right direction. It was excellent today. It really was. It could have been, and probably should have been, about 5. Mm-hmm. But I'll take the 3-0 clean sheet. I'm happy. I'm buzzing.
100%. We've got a Super Jay saying 3 wins in a row. Don't change anything. Zinchenko plays a key role in the type of football we are currently playing. His mobility creates small pockets of spaces for others to move into. On that subject, I know you've got a little bet with James going on about Zinchenko's position. That it does seem like you're 3-0 up already.
3-0 up, man. He's still playing out on that left back position, but he seems almost like more than a left back. He comes in. He comes into midfield. He's been super. Today I thought he was superb. His reading of the game, his little interceptions, just his timing, you know, and his quality on the ball is just so good. And I thought he was exceptional today. Gabriel Jesus, brilliant again. You know, we've got ourselves such a player. Morgan's Gibbs White went to Nottingham Forest for £45 million.
Madness.
That's what we paid for Gabriel Jesus, people.
That's mad.
Yeah? The same amount of money. What a bargain we have got. We have made a brilliant sign. If this guy stays injury-free from now till the end of the season, I think he'll get 20 goals plus. You know? And he's a problem. He's a threat. And I agree with what Mikel Arteta said the other day. He brings up the standard of the other players. Martinelli all of a sudden now, well, not all of a sudden, he's always had that Martinelli, but he looks more confident now.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like he's got someone to play with now.
Yeah. Somebody who kind of is as quick as him and got the same intensity. You know, it's brilliant. It's brilliant to see. And I think, you know, I was saying to Kwame, who was doing the interviews, right? And I said to him, everywhere I've been going this week, all I've been meeting is happy, smiley, confident, excited Arsenal fans. You know, excited Arsenal fans. I was down the West End last night, and there was a guy outside. He was doorman at a club, and when he came over to me and he just shook my hand and he's just like, "Yeah, Robbie, I'm Arsenal. And he was just buzzing. And he couldn't wait for the game tomorrow. We haven't seen that for a long time, you know. Normally I'll meet people on the street, they're like, Robbie, what's going on, man?
Yeah, that's the question.
I'm meeting people at the moment, they're absolutely buzzing. Now, it's still very early in the season, we know that. But what would you rather get off to? The start we got off to last year or the start we've got off to at the moment? 9 points, you know, out of those games. 2 clean sheets away from home. You know, 9 goals scored. Complete opposite to what we did last season.
One of 2 clubs with a 100% record so far. Only us and Man City.
Yeah, only us and Man City, 100% records. And we're playing very well. I saw Tottenham's game today. You know, they won the game. But it was they were very bitty. Very, you know, their performance wasn't great. Listen, they won the game. Yeah. But I like how we're playing. We are performing at the moment as well. Tougher tasks to come ahead, but we started well.
Yeah, and tougher tasks are to come ahead, but you look at our next 2 fixtures at the Emirates against Fulham, against Aston Villa. You mentioned something about respect, and we have to respect Fulham, we have to respect Villa, but they're 2 fixtures that really we should be going in with the same mindset and coming out with the same result, same level of performance we've been seeing in the first 3.
And I truly believe that, you know, this season we can turn the Emirates into a real fortress at home. The way the atmosphere was there the other day, the way the fans are feeling, I really do feel that the Emirates could be a key if we are to get into those top 4 places this season and winning a lot of games at the Emirates. So I'm confident going into that Fulham game. Got to respect them. They had a good result today against Fulham. Remember they drew with Liverpool as well.
Yep.
So they're no mugs. They've bought well. Mitrovic up front is a problem, so we've got to respect them. But same thing again, we're at home. We've got a better team. Match them for all those things and we'll win. And Aston Villa, they've had a poor start to the season. I've kind of been surprised by their start because they have got a lot of quality within their squad. But we beat them last year at home. We beat them away. I think we beat them home and away last year. That is a great chance, again, to get 3 points. And, I mean, if you start the first 5 games and you've won every game, I mean, that's an unbelievable start. That really is. The confidence that fills you with, you know, it would be amazing. So some tougher games to come. I mean, you look at October, it's a really tough month. But listen, it's all about confidence in this game. And as I said, some of those tough games to come in October, they're at home. So we make that place into a fortress, get off to a good... When was the last time we got off to a really, really good start? I think it's that season with Emery, remember?
Yeah.
And even then, we weren't playing great, were we? We were getting results. We went on a run.
And it wasn't a great start. It was...
Yeah, but... You remember a lot of us were like, we come out of games, like, how did we really win that? Yeah, anyways, 3 points.
At that time, we'll take it.
And we used to say things like, you know, on a lot of occasions, we'd be coming out of games and say, well, listen, the mark of a good team is you're not playing well, you get a win. But we were scraping it. But at the moment, it's a confident team, players playing well, and I'm so happy at the moment.
Do you think you can remember the last time you felt like this about Arsenal? And for the viewers out there, I don't mean like this because Arsenal are on the verge of a title challenge. I just mean being happy with the players.
Buzzing about your team,
excited.
Being proud of your team, excited, can't wait for next week.
Yeah.
I've not felt like that for quite a long time.
A long time.
A very, very long time, you know what I mean?
Could be before you started AFTV.
Probably it was before I started. It was before I started AFTV. I mean... I am just so excited at the moment to see what the future brings. And what I'd like Mikel Arteta to do is over these next couple of weeks now, the transfer window, build upon what you've already done. 1 or 2 more signings of top quality. He said it in his press conference that they're looking to bring in the highest quality. Go and do that. Go and do that. All of a sudden, as well, Arsenal's a good proposition.
Yeah.
You know, you go into a player now, and you're saying to them, you know, this phrase, we've got a project going on. A lot of players are probably, what projects are that, where everyone's cussing you on. But all of a sudden, I feel that when he's going to a player and he's saying, listen, we've got this exciting project going on here. We've got William Saliba, Jesus, we've brought this man in, Zinchenko, Odegaard, exciting young team, hungry. The fans have bought into it. It's a good proposition for a player. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't a Yuri Tielemans not want to come to Arsenal? You know, I think now is that chance to build. and really create a very good squad that will be formidable this season.
And you said the word squad, and I see a lot of people, when I asked you about the last time you felt like this, mentioning Sanchez or Ozil. Now, when we signed Sanchez and Ozil, that buzz came from that signing.
The buzz was from them two guys.
The buzz now is about the squad.
The buzz is about the team. Yeah. The buzz at that time was about, we've got two top quality players in our team.
Yep.
And we hadn't had that for a while, so we were just buzzing for that. This buzz is different. This buzz is like, we got a good team. And you know the other thing about this as well, you're going up to other fans and they're like, hey, listen, man. I got to admit, man, even United fans and Chelsea fans, even Tottenham fans, they're like, you know what, I have to admit, man.
It's looking good.
You look decent. They're not, and they're not mocking it. They are, genuinely thinking to themselves, hey, Arsenal could be a problem this year. They really could. So, yeah, I'm buzzing, man. We've done our business well. It's been progressive. When you look at some of the other teams, the way... I look at Chelsea, for instance, they're looking to bring in Aubameyang. I don't think a Chelsea that is of a few years ago, they'd be looking to bring in Aubameyang, and Aubameyang's a top quality player. And I think if he does go there, he'll score goals. But that just goes to show, because there's not really much other striker-wise available out there at the moment, so they're having to go back to try and bring in a player like Aubameyang. You look at United... Casemiro's a quality player, we know, is won Champions League and that.
But they missed out on 2-3 targets before getting to him.
Yes, it's a bit of a panic. It's a bit of a let's get this in, appease the fans a bit. It's all the things that we've done over the years, where what we've done this season is we brought in our targets early. We've given them a great pre-season. They're ready, they're hungry, they're playing well. And now we're just sort of sitting back and saying, right, anybody else comes up of top quality, we can pounce. And that's how a top club does its business. I look around, I do the transfer show every day, and I look around sometimes at some of the real top teams and how they do their business. City, they've done their business already. Somebody else unbelievable comes around, they'll get him.
Yeah.
The same with, say a Liverpool. The same with, when you look in Europe, Bayern Munich and these teams. They've got their business. They're set. If something amazing comes up, they're ready to pounce. That's how we got to be as well. But I would like to see us bring in a couple more.
Yeah, I agree. We got a comment here saying, Turkish, do you think Josh has won you over? Never seen you smile so much. Well, listen, I'm smiling because Arsenal are winning, and winning in a way that I haven't seen in a little while. We mentioned, we mentioned the Emery stuff, and we were winning games. We was unbeaten for a little period, but we were scraping a lot of those games. It was a struggle through a lot of those games, and it wasn't really very controlled. This start to the season is refreshing, and on Josh, he hasn't won me over, far from it. In my opinion, the only way Josh, Stan and the Kroenke family can win someone like me over is time, consistency, ambition. Keep on being proactive. It's not just about doing it for 1 or 2 summers. It's about doing it for the entirety of your ownership.
Yeah, I think with the Kroenkes now, they're starting to do the right things. They've backed their man. We saw it in that documentary the other day. Even when things were going horribly wrong, Josh Kroenke's basically saying to Arteta, listen, we've got your back. We're backing you. I like that, right? You're backing your man. I always said, though, you can back him, a man with words. Are you going to back him, truly back him?
Actions, yeah.
Yeah, so at the end of last season, I was saying, I want to see the Kroenkes truly back Mikel Arteta. I think this, in the transfer window so far, they have. They have backed him. They've given him the funds to go and bring in top quality players. The reason why this team's looking so good at the moment is we've been able to add quality to it. Brought back Saliba, quality. Jesus, quality. Zinchenko, quality. Was yet to see Fabio Vieira, but of all the reports, he's supposed to be quality. Over the years, we brought in some players that straight away we're looking and thinking, boy.
Yeah, you know what it was.
Willian. That's a has-been player, man. Why are we bringing him in? David Luiz, he can do a job, but couldn't we have got... All of a sudden now, they are backing him. Like you said, let's see. Now we want to see that done on a consistent basis. Nobody's here. I ain't here, and I know you're not here, to hate on owners. We don't even... To be honest, right, most football fans don't really want to be discussing their owners. They want to talk about the players on the pitch. That's what we want to discuss, right? And the owners just be in the background, doing what they do a good job, and then, you know. So I think over the years, there's been a lot of problems with the Cronkies. They've got a chance now to put things right, to improve things. I like what you said, do it over a consistent basis. But I'd say over the last couple of seasons, they've showed evidence that they are backing Mikel Arteta, they're backing the manager. They've been more, through Josh Kroenke, there's been more communication. We've seen a bit more of him. Mm-hmm. Those things are good. You know what I mean? So we'll have a go if we're unhappy about things. We see good signs. We'll talk about it as well, and we'll praise. And, you know, but we want to see it on a more consistent basis. But nobody's here. I really don't. I know you very well. You're not here to bash people. You're not here to bash. And it's not because you've had a go at them in the past that's going to be your default position no matter what they do. You just want to see the team win.
Shall I be honest with you, Rob? Over the last couple of weeks, I've been thinking to myself, because when Wenger brought out his book a couple of years ago, I really expected Wenger to open up, you know, a can of worms. I thought we might get some insight into what really went wrong, and you know, I might get the reasons I thought in the Kroenke's holding Wenger back. Wenger didn't mention anything about the ownership. That same week, Josh Kroenke came out and said, we never refused Wenger any funds. Anything he asked for, we gave it to him. So it's been making me think, was it actually the Kroenkes, or was it Wenger's stubbornness that it was the reason behind the lack of spending?
But do you know my sometimes criticism of the Kroenkes over the years has just been, spending and all that's one thing, losing players is another thing, and all that.
Caring is a big thing.
Caring. Mm-hmm. Did you really care, or was you just comfortable with getting top 4 season in, season out, because that brought in a certain amount of funds and the thing was just ticking along? And I still feel that was true. I still feel that was true until they got burned by 2 things: the Super League, but also us being out of the top 4. When they then had to start reassessing things and realising that they're going to have to get more interested in this club and have a different approach.
Yep.
And we started to see then the appearance of Josh Kroenke getting involved and communication and stuff like that. And to be fair to them, I mean, I've heard them say that they never owned a full club before, right? It's only in the last couple of years. And I was being very sceptical. And I remember one day I sat down with Julian and we were discussing it, right? And one thing about Julian, Julian is a cold business person, And when he started breaking down something to me, it did start to make a little bit of sense on this aspect. And Julian said, listen, I said to Julian, I said, they always keep saying about, you know, it weren't their club. They own it in effect. And I said, Julian, they own nearly 70% of the club. They're still supposed to make sure, blah, blah, blah. Right? Julian says, listen, he goes, if I'm a businessman and I own a business, and one of my people that own the business with me has got a big percentage of it, is someone that I don't even really too like that person. I don't really check for that person. He goes, boy, I'm going to kind of really just, we'll make the thing do all right. I'll make my money and, but I don't really want to make this other person that I don't like millions and millions of pounds. I'll just do what is needed and hopefully that will be enough. But he goes, when you own the whole thing now and it's only yours now, all the decisions are yours, all if it goes bad, it's down to you. If it goes well, you get all the fruits. He goes, your attitude changes. So maybe that's what we're sort of seeing with them, and the fact now that they own all of it. They ain't got to share nothing no more with, Usmanov and Mashiri. It's theirs. Any decision they make is theirs. So maybe that's as well that's led to a bit of the change in attitude, led to a bit of change in them sort of spending more money and willing to let off more funds, because they don't have to answer to somebody else on the board. It's their thing. Maybe it is a case of that from a cold business point of view, and we don't want to hear that because we're football fans. We don't want to hear nothing about no business. But when businessmen own things, they do think that way.
Yeah,
So
it's just upsetting that, you know, like a Hillwood and a David Dean fallout, you know, led us down this road, or Kroenke and a Usmanov, a non-existing relationship led us further down that decline. As a fan, I don't want to hear bickering behind the scenes is the cause of our decline, because we've still been here, you know, supporting, loving, caring, going and so on, paying money, buying, you know, what left, right and centre, whether it's merchandise, food at the stadium.
That's when business meets football clubs.
Yeah, well, they got to make,
this is the problem
they got to
this
make
is the
it up
problem
to
that
us
happened.
now.
But now that they own all of it, now, you know, they got to answer. The other thing I've always felt about the Kroenkes as well over the years, as I said, going back to that thing about they were comfortable. Mm-hmm. Thing was ticking along, they're making money. So they didn't make big decisions either. The big decision for quite a long time was Arsene Wenger.
Yeah.
A big decision needed to be made, right? We all loved the guy. He was our greatest manager of all time, but he was starting to come to the end. And there needed to be, at some stage, a big decision made where it's like, Arsene, thank you, man, but now we're going to make a change because we're looking forward now and we need to bring in that next guy. Maybe we need to now go for, say, a Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that. They
it.
didn't make that decision. They just kind of sat there because they were comfortable. He was always getting them into the top four. So they didn't really show no ambition. It was just like, hey, he's getting us top four, we're making a bit of money. All right, we can see even ourselves that he's a bit in decline, because Arsene Wenger admitted himself he should have went before he went, right? So there's nothing here, not people here being horrible or nothing. But they didn't make that big decision, and they just left it until it went boom.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're reacting to things. So, and that's the thing, this season, it's not, you know, you see Man United at the moment, they're just reacting. Oh, the fans are on our case. Casemiro. Get on the phone to Casemiro's people, ring him up. Tell him we're paying whatever he wants, man. We'll double his money. Whatever it takes, man, just get him in. We need Casemiro. And someone's going, yeah, but he's 30, man. What about resale? But don't matter, man. Just get. That's how we've done things over the years. All of a sudden now, it seems to me like we're working more to a plan. You know,
if it's not quality, then we're not
quality. Don't bother with it.
Got a super chat here from Alex saying the Rams use loopholes in the NFL salary cap to significantly overspend for a Super Bowl winning team. They've been ultra aggressive with their spending. Happy they're bringing this approach to Arsenal.
Well, I don't know about overspending. I think they've been very sensible with some of the signings they've made. The only signing I'd look on, and you know, in recent, obviously the Pepe one was a disaster as well, but that was before they, you know, they're sort of saying their year zero is when they owned all of it. So since they've started owning all of it, I think the only signing that I still look on and think, well, they paid a lot of money for him was Ben White. I still look on it and think 50 million was a lot for Ben White, but you know, Morgan's Gibbs White, it's gone for 45 million. Ben White is an England international. He's got a great chance of you know, even being a centre back in the World Cup. He's young, so maybe they didn't overspend. So and their signings have been good. They've been sensible. £45 million, as I said, for Gabriel Jesus. 30 million for Zinchenko.
If we get to where we want to get to, I don't think we care about price tags and all that. It's just that we've cared because we've been told our wage structure is this is why. So then we've had to care about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we've all become accountants.
I don't want to care about it. Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to care about it, but then I want to see my club run properly.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I see, again, just going on the Man United thing, I see, you know, we were in for Lisandro Martinez. They were in for Lisandro Martinez, right? We wanted Lisandro Martinez as a left back. They wanted Lisandro Martinez as a name because, again, fans are getting things, you know. So they're thinking, you know, I'll work with him, Ten Hag as a centre-back. A 5'9" centre-back in the Premier League ain't going to work. Everyone knows that. But they went and got it done anyway. I remember tracking it on Transfer Daily. That started off that deal that Arsenal were thinking about spending about 25, 26 million. They ended up in United paying 57 million. That's ridiculous.
Good old United.
So, you know, but yeah, I mean, I think there's a bit more plan to the business. Not every transfer is going to work, but so far, those two in particular, Jesus and Zinchenko, those two from City,
Yeah.
They're looking like very, very good signings. And Saliba coming back.
Well, who do we think for that? Raul? He was
Well,
he must be in it.
No, but do you know what?
Was it Unai? Yeah.
Unai Emery.
Oh.
The Saliba thing, do we need to give a lot of credit to Mikel Arteta? Right? Because I was having this discussion with my brother the other day. And he's like, oh, see, that proves he should have been brought back sooner. I said, no, hold on, wait a minute. It proves that he's come back at the right time. Because he had last season away. He had the first season. We were like, all right, bring him back. I'll bring him back. Arteta said he ain't ready. Tough decision to make. The second season, Arteta says, yeah, the guy still ain't ready. He's seeing him every day in training. He's knowing this guy's good. He ain't ready yet. He needs more. I was sending him, send him to, because he went St Etienne first, then he went Nice.
Yeah.
Remember he even had some family issues.
Was it Marseille?
Didn't he go Nice? St Etienne, Nice, then Marseille, wasn't it? It's free loans.
Oh, yeah, he got loaned straight back to the club first year. Yeah. Something
St
like
Etienne, Nice, then, right? Then now the third year, people say, yeah, come on, now he's got... No, he's still not ready, man. I'm going to send him to Marseille for a year.
I get your point.
Man's gone to Marseille. Brilliant season. Young player of the year in French football. Burst into the French national team as a centre-back. You know how difficult that is?
Yeah, at this age as well.
With their players. They got a centre-back. Koundé, you should just see go to Barcelona.
Yep.
Konate.
Yep, Varane.
Upamecano. Varane. They must have about 10 top quality centre-backs. Kimpembe.
Where's Fofana from?
Fofana, that's another one, French.
Yeah.
You can list out about 10 top centre-backs, right, that are French. And he got into the team.
Yeah, he's made it.
And now Arteta's right, now you're ready now. Come back. So you got to give him credit for that. You can't turn around and say, no, we should have brought him back last year because that might have been too early. The manager has made a judgment call, a difficult judgment call that he got cussed. We were all cussing him and saying, well, bring him back. Why do you need to go and buy Ben White for? Yeah. We don't need to bring it. He said no. He's stuck with his decision. So he's making tough decisions, Mikel Arteta. He hasn't got all of them right, don't get me wrong. I still think the decision not to bring in a striker in January
cost us,
and a midfield player probably cost us the top four. But he's making tough decisions.
I'll wait for Saliba to sign the contract, but I pretty much agree with you. I just want him to sign the contract so I know that all of that bad energy he might have felt earlier on is gone.
Well, he said himself, didn't he?
Yeah, he's grown up.
He said himself a couple of weeks ago that Mikel Arteta was right. I needed to go away for another season. And I hope we're going to repeat the trick with Nuno Tavares. Yeah, he's gone away on loan, scoring a couple of goals. Following Balogun's gone away, he's scoring goals. So I hope,
Before we get into some more clips, one super chat from Dom saying, I haven't been this excited about Arsenal since the Henry days. Even after the Ozil signing, the squad had big limitations. Big up Robbie and Turkish. Like I said, people are going to get into some more clips and then we're going to have Kwame come on. Rob, love for coming on.
You know, before we go, Turkish, I was watching a game the other night and when I was looking at the team compared to now, I was like, we have really upped the quality. It was quite a few years ago, but it was like Denilson playing. We had a couple of good players because we had Fabregas, Nasri.
Yeah.
I was like, those are good players. Van Persie, those three. But then I looked around the rest of the team, it was Walcott, Denilson. I was like, boy, we've come on leaps and bounds from that team. Almunia was in goal.
Scalacci was there somewhere.
Yeah. So, you know what? We are definitely upping the quality. We still got a way to go to catch. My thing is this, right? The aim's got to be to catch Man City and Liverpool.
Yeah.
That has to be the first thing is we've got to get back into the top four. The next thing is we need to be competing year in, year out to win the league.
Yeah, completely.
We've got to be matching those teams. And the only way you're going to match those teams is if you have quality players.
Yep.
Simple as.
And keep on building.
Yeah. And for the first time in a long time, we've got quality players. And the first time in a long time, we've got players that other teams would like to buy.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
And pay some money for.
Yeah, let's hope we change our ways because back then we'd sell them. Let's hope this time we stand firm and say, we're building our own thing here. Yeah, forget the Emirates payoff and all of that. But yeah, Rob, love for coming on.
Brilliant.
Kwame will be on after the next set of clips. Come on again sometime, man.
What a fantastic performance by the Arsenal boys. Crazy how they played today. They played actually fantastic. I'm glad with all the boys. I'm happy that Odegaard got the goal. It puts a statement out there for Vieira to get ready and to push. It feels like when Vieira is there, it gives us another option if Odegaard isn't on his best game. Today, I'm slightly sad about Saka. Saka didn't play so good today, in my opinion. I think Saka played very, very below his average. I think he worked hard off the ball, but I think maybe next game we have to drop Saka and put another right wing on. He's probably put Jesus there and put Nketiah at the top, because I think Saka maybe needs a rest or something, because it doesn't look like the up-to-steam Saka that we know from last year. And the centre-back pairing is great. Arsenal is getting that firm centre-back. We're starting to see the ideas that Mikel Arteta wants to implant into this team, which is very excellent. And I'm so flipping glad that we're starting to see a unique Arsenal, the Arsenal that is not easy, that gets bullied easily. And I can't wait to see the season. I'm gassed. I can't believe we're still first. I thought to be honest, I first thought we'll probably lose this game, but it just should put a statement to the Premier League. We might challenge for the title, but that's a big might, and we just need to add a few more players. I think we need Tielemans and another right back, because I don't really think White is a natural right back. So yeah, and then we are on the way to challenging again the title, in my opinion.
Big up AFTV and all the Arsenal fans. Another convincing win, another convincing performance, but we are still short in the squad. And in my opinion, the only improvement in our starting 11 at the moment is Gabriel Jesus. The rest of the players are backup players or squad players, but still quality. But you look at Xhaka and how much he improved his gameplay only after the Tielemans rumors. Imagine if Tielemans will actually come to Arsenal, how much Xhaka will improve. And listen, you look at Chelsea, they are at the moment changing everything in their team. You look at Man United, they are a total mess. You look at Liverpool, they got 2 draws. This is our chance to be behind Man City, and we should never let Tottenham be better than us, especially this season. So I hope Edu and Mikel will do the job until the end of the transfer window and make sure we are ready to compete in 4 competitions for the rest of the season.
Listen, big up everyone sending in their video reactions. Listen, it's another positive day today, 3rd one of the season so far. Kwame.
Yes, brother.
You was on the match day live. You guys saw us out there enjoying.
Oh yeah, we was enjoying, man.
What do you make of it?
Oh, it's fantastic. Great result. Great performance. A team performance that a lot of Arsenal fans can be proud of, and it's a step in the right direction. Still early, 3 games in, but it sets the tone, it sets a statement for the rest of the Premier League, and then also for our players, that belief, that self-belief, that all of those training sessions that we've had, all the times that Arteta's been drilling us, these are the moments where it counts, and everything just kind of slotted into place today, man. So it was good.
Got a couple super chats that came in while the last video reactions were being played. One saying Tielemans benched today due to not being in the right frame of mind. This seems like the last piece of the puzzle. You just mentioned pieces to a puzzle. Hopefully we can make it happen. How are you feeling? Because obviously Xhaka and improvements have been made. A lot of fans are saying, what, Tielemans ain't an upgrade? How do you feel on the situation?
I feel like Tielemans is definitely an upgrade, and I think he's younger. He's in terms of technical ability, he's much better than Xhaka would be. Xhaka brings that leadership, and I was listening to Gary Neville's podcast the other day, and he was talking about, he knew he wasn't the best, he knew he wasn't the most gifted player, but he stayed up until Man United, or with Man United, until he was 34, 36, but it was based on his leadership role within the club. And I really feel that, especially watching the documentary, you can see that a lot of people respect him. Arteta respects him, and that's why he's kind of still been there. But I feel like this whole Tielemans thing, if it does happen, slowly we'll see a transition where Xhaka will maybe be phased out, or he'll kind of take a step back, behind the scenes eventually, and Tielemans will kind of be forefronted. But I think he can bring more to the team in terms of quality, 100%, man.
Rizwan says, not sold on the Kroenkes. Let's not forget the Super League. They do not care about us. Keep putting pressure on this board to win things. Great game today. Saliba man of the match. Away fans 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And he ends it with Super Mick Arteta. Jay Dizzle says, the argument about Saliba is like the argument about the chicken or the egg. Bottom line, I'm loving Saliba this season. And Austin says, is it bad for me to think that we should wait on the Tielemans deal? Would you be waiting around now thinking that the business is enough moving into the season and maybe wait on January? Or are you like me thinking, let's not even rely on January, let's be in December thinking forget January?
Yeah. We've done all of that. How many January seasons have we've been complaining about? We should have done this, we could have done this. That last season, or especially the last season, January, that hurt me a lot, because you saw other teams obviously adding to their squad, and we didn't do it. We took a chance, or we took a risk, and it backfired on us. So I don't want to take any chances, in the sense that I don't want to leave any stone unturned. I want us to go in and say, you know what, we've done everything we can as a club, and we have faith in the squad that we have. And when it gets to January, we're not even going to be looking at it. We're not going to be looking at trying to bring in someone else, or desperate to bring in someone else. Do you know what I mean?
I was just joined by Helen and Robbie, and I mentioned that our next two games are Fulham and Aston Villa. I'm not going to mention them with you. I'm going to ask, is it too early to look at the Man United game and look at the trouble they're in and be confident going into that? Or should we just be still focusing in game by game?
Yeah,
and
game
making
by
sure we get the
game.
job done?
Leave Man United. I mean, the thing is with Man United and these teams is they can turn up when they want to, and everyone's going to be watching them against Liverpool. It's Liverpool, isn't it? On Monday, Monday Night Football. So
it seems like they're trying to rush Casemiro in for that game.
Of course, they need him. They need everyone. But I'm not going to be looking to Man United. I didn't even look at the squad, or not even the fixture list like that. I'm just looking at Fulham. Even as we're talking, I was looking at Fulham now. And I'm seeing, okay, Mitrovic, these man, how are they going to be? How's Saliba? How are we going to control them or contain them? So, just take each game at a time. Like I said, it's early days. People, this is the thing, is we kind of get carried away, or certain fans will get carried away and be like, that's it, we've won, we're going to win, we're going to challenge, we're going to challenge for the league. No. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So, but it's a good way to start, 100%.
Every one step at a time, each game at a time, focus. Completely.
I mean, based on what we've seen so far, am I looking forward to us playing Man United with the current form that we're in? 100%. I'm very confident, but I'm also very wary that they're a sleeping giant.
2 game weeks can change a hell of a lot.
100%. We've seen it before when we was in the driving seat last season. We got games in hand. All right, we dropped points. Yeah, we got another game in hand. We're fine.
We got a cushion.
Yeah, we got a cushion. Everything like that, and it all just we was left with egg on our face. So, for me, a game at a time. Slowly start introducing, Fabio Vieira into the squad, seeing what kind of quality he can bring. And obviously still back the players that we've been having, with your Saliba, Odegaard, he played well today. Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, they done well. So it's a good feeling right now. It's a good feeling as an Arsenal fan, man.
I think that's the best place to leave it. Good feeling as an Arsenal fan. I've just clocked that we've just passed an hour, people. So we are going to run through the last video reactions and then call it a day. You guys do me a favor. Number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, subscribe. Number 3, put the notification bell on. And as always, people, love for the love. Enjoy the last few video reactions coming in from across the world. Peace.
Hi guys, Lee here from Cape Town, South Africa. I just want to say I'm absolutely buzzing about the result. We are playing exceptional football, and what I do want to say though is we have got an opportunity to go to Old Trafford with 15 points on the board. We've got 2 home games coming up. Cannot underestimate our opponents, especially now that we're doing so well. The pressure will be on. We had a lot of doubts before the beginning of the season from a lot of people, and now we're starting to show our worth. So I feel that we need to focus on the next 2 games. The task should be to go to Old Trafford with 15 points on the board and really put down a statement there. And the one other thing I just want to say, guys, I have not seen an Arsenal bench as strong as that bench we had today in a long time, in a very, very long time. 1 or 2 more signings, and I think we are really looking good this season. We can really challenge for that top 4 and keep ourselves humble and maybe even achieve higher than that. But we need to stay humble. We need to look at what our target is realistically and take it from there. Have a good evening, guys. Enjoy the weekend. I'm going to enjoy my weekend. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Good evening, AFTV. This is me, Ryan, from South London. Hope everyone's having a lovely evening. What a performance from Arsenal today. Like, we absolutely blew Bournemouth off the park. Our first 3 performances and results this season have been impressive. Yes, I know it's only Palace, Leicester and Bournemouth, but normally Palace is a bogey side for us, and Leicester are hit and miss every season. Like, one day they can turn it on and off, but today against Bournemouth, Gabriel Jesus is probably going to be, for me, he's looking like signing of the summer. Saliba looks like a Rolls Royce. Like, he just looks immense alongside Gabriel. Zinchenko's coming. Arteta's added some quality additions. And it's very early on to say. I definitely feel we can finish in the top 4. But it's going to be very interesting when we come up against some of the top 6 sides. When we play Man City and Liverpool. But let's just see how we progress and get on with this season when Europa League fixtures come and etc. But let's just see. Come on, you Gunners. Arsenal for life.
AFTV, Stephen and Alexander from Pennsylvania. Hey, I could get used to this, watching Arsenal win. Excellent performance by the boys. Great to see William Saliba score an excellent goal. Unfortunate that both Jesus and Martinelli didn't get their goals. But it's very nice to see the team shining. Very nice to see how happy the rest of the team was when Saliba scored. I think it just shows that togetherness that's in the team right now. What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I agree. The team spirit couldn't have been higher now, because I remember when a couple of years ago it was very toxic here, almost like what Manchester United is dealing with now. But the team, it couldn't be more together now, and Saliba, I'm happy that he could get his goal, and Jesus, no one deserved a goal more than him, because he got very unlucky with the offside calls. His work rates, creating for others, very unselfish player. He's a top quality player that I'm happy to see that we could sign, because we needed that player for so long now, and I'm happy we got it done. So let's get some more signings of his quality, and let's go. Let's see what we can do this season. So come on, you Gunners.
Come on, you
Gunners.
Keep it going.
Let's go.